Hi, welcome to Community Hotline. My name is Monica Weitzel, and we're here in Gresham at MetroEast Community Media. Tonight we're going to start off our show talking with a couple of people who are representing SnowCap Community Charities for a fundraiser for them. It's called the Fill A Bag program. Tonight, to start off, we'll talk with Larry Schwartz, who is a Vice President and Branch Manager for Riverview Community Bank. Thanks for being here, Larry.
Thank you.
And Bess Wills, I welcome you back, the owner and General Manager of Gresham Ford.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice to have you here again. You were on last year to talk about Fill A Bag, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the last couple years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
Yes,
might even be a three-peat.
Wow. Wow. So all those people have been waiting all year to see you again. There you are.
Just a pro.
So maybe you could tell us a little bit about the Fill A Bag program and why it was started and about the organization that it benefits.
Well, in all fairness, Riverview Community Bank is the anchor of this project. I just got involved because of our relationship with Riverview Community Bank and local businesses and so forth. They, for years on the Vancouver side, had done a walk and knock and so forth, and had done great things. And so the Riverview, I believe, has 17 branches,
yes,
in Oregon and Washington, and so. They thought it was such a good idea that they brought it to this side of the river, and on this side of the river, the Gresham Outlook really stepped up and said, yes, we'll put these bags in the newspaper, and Riverview graciously provides the bags, and a lot of volunteers fold the bags.
Do you two fold the bags too?
Oh, yeah, you betcha.
You get right in there in the trenches?
Well, not single-handedly. I mean, there was
I'm sure there must be
on November 7th this year, there was, I think, like 60 people folding the bags and so forth. So, it kind of came from a need in small communities, here, and the issue is to try to get food to people in the communities. It's a local bank doing good things for local people.
So basically, you're helping your neighbors.
Yes.
People
exactly.
that you might live next door to or down the street from.
Right.
So Larry, how long have you been involved with this?
Well, I've been with the bank for about 2 years, so I
So
came in
you
last
started
year,
right in
and
there,
you
huh?
betcha.
So what is your relationship with SnowCap? Are you familiar with all the work that they do? And
Well, they do a great amount of work, but I have the basics. I've worked with nonprofits before,
Yeah.
and they're just a great outfit that really does a good job here
I
in the
think
area.
they've been around since 1967.
Right.
That's what I heard. That's when they.
Well, yeah,
started.
and one of some of the great statistics about SnowCap, one is that 94 cents of every dollar that is donated to SnowCap gets to the end user.
Which is amazing. That's a very high percentage.
Really high percentage. And the great thing about is, far as going and collecting food and donations for this, is that they service our community.
Right. It doesn't go elsewhere.
It doesn't go elsewhere. It stays right here. And so, that's a great thing. And because they are a charter member of receiving the resources from the Oregon Food Bank, one of the key components to this Fill A Bag is they can get food for 5 cents a pound from the Oregon Food Bank.
Wow.
So you donate $1 to SnowCap,
It's going to get you more than $1 worth of food.
Yeah, it gives you 20
Okay,
pounds worth
yeah.
of food, on the average.
So you're going to be distributing the bags, or they're going out in the Outlook, and so people can, canned food, boxes of mac and cheese, whatever, you can put them in those bags. But if you want to save yourself the trouble and actually get a little more bang for your buck, you can just put some money in the envelope. And the envelopes are.
And the envelopes can be found at Riverview Community Bank, at Gresham Ford, Stamp Connection. You could get them at the Balance Health and Injury Clinic here in Gresham. They also have them at Greater Gresham Baptist Church. Any member of Rotary Club, Gresham Rotary Club can get them, or Gresham Breakfast Lions Club have been great sponsors, or Drake 70s Landscaping too. So
You got a lot of community members stepping up.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing, because there's a huge need in this community. I mean, there's a lot of people going without food.
And you know, the more people, the more organizations we get involved, just
Yeah.
the better and the bigger this is going to get. I took a quick look in the last 4 years. SnowCap has helped over 8,000 people, 8,000 families in December alone.
Really? In
Yeah,
December
yeah,
alone?
yeah.
My goodness.
So, I mean, that's-
they do a tremendous job. They really do. And they've got their own like little garden area there, and they've got their food pantry, and they do a lot of good in the community. What happens with the food once you gather it, when you get it together? Where does it go from there?
Well, we get it picked up
Does
by,
it go straight to SnowCap, and then they
Exactly.
sort it? And
exactly.
do they have a special delivery at Christmas, or is this all to go into the pantry there? Do you know?
it goes to the pantry. Monica, one of the great statistics of last year, because we raised over 500,000 pounds. I mean, if you count the cash contributions and the actual,
That was over your
Yeah.
your goal, wasn't it?
yes, is that provided their needs for the pantry for 3 months, if you will.
Wow.
And what's good about that is that, it seems, the spirit of giving and, this is, the Thanksgiving time, we think about that a lot.
Yeah.
But sometimes it gets to be April and May and the sun comes out, and maybe we aren't as diligent about, dropping off bags of groceries and sending that check to SnowCap. So
But people, if they're hungry
yeah,
all year long.
well, they're
Right.
hungry all year long,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
quite frankly, one of the needs that's the highest is in the summertime, because we have a lot of kids in this community that get a school, through the school
They get
lunch
the free
program.
lunch
They get
program,
the
or the
Reduced or
subsidized,
free,
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
they get the lunch program. Well, in the summer that isn't available. So, and SnowCap is not for, it doesn't provide ongoing support for one. It's the people, that are just on the edge. It's like senior citizens that, are
aren't
very
quite making
limited,
it.
they have limited income, so they have to decide, okay, am I going to get my prescription this month? Or am I going to buy
eat?
groceries?
Right.
And that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So that food box of 40 or 50 pounds of food can really make a difference, and that's exactly what SnowCap does. It's for people that are working, single moms that have a couple kids that, am I going to have to choose between paying, this high utility bill or getting grogroceries next
That
week?
borrowing from Peter to pay Paul
Right.
thing that gets really, really tough. You had some pictures that you brought from last year that I think we should take a look
Sure.
at, and maybe you can tell us what we're looking at. But it was a very successful campaign last year, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay, let's take a look. Okay, what are we looking at here?
Well, that's the folding party, okay? And
Oh, so this is what you did on the
yeah,
7th.
yeah, that's what we did on the 7th. And as a matter of fact, that's from this year on the 7th, the folding party.
And where is that?
And that's at Gresham Ford.
Okay.
And we set up tables there. And, I'm just looking at some of the people in the room. There's members of the local Lions Club, the Mount Hood Mustang Club.
So you get different organizations that want to come in.
And they come and,
Volunteer their
and quite frankly, some people are coming back and bringing their kids. You can see some grandkids in
Right,
the picture.
exactly.
That's
Lynn brought
great.
her grandchildren.
I think
Yeah.
there's nothing better than getting the kids involved really young.
Yes.
That teach them, that they're not.
Yeah.
The world doesn't revolve around just them.
Well, and there's other people that maybe don't have it quite as lucky as they
yeah,
do.
absolutely. Learn a little gratitude.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we go ahead and fold all the bags and stack them and tie them up and get them ready for the outlook.
And so this goes in now. Has this already gone out in the paper?
Next week.
Next week, I was going to say I don't remember seeing
On the,
it.
I think it's
on
the 18th.
On the 18th,
Okay.
next Tuesday. So watch for it.
Okay, I will. And so then, okay, look at that. So these are examples of some of the food that you can put
Right.
in the bags.
And the drop zones where you can drop them off.
Okay.
Right.
I remember having taken some out to Gresham Ford last year from here.
Well, and I'm sure if someone brought them by MetroEast Media, you'd be happy
We
to
would
keep.
be happy. Yeah, we could
Yeah.
hang on to them. We'll be collecting here too. And
Yeah,
we'll-
we can arrange to get a barrel out
Good,
here.
good. Yep, we've done that before. We usually do. It's, it's an ongoing need, and we see a lot of people that come in, just that come by our studio that either are homeless or just in a really bad place. And I think you were kind of talking about this sort of like an emergency kind of thing,
Right.
where people are in a really bad place. We've had people come in that just said, I just need to get out of the cold for a minute, or can I use your bathroom or something, because they're going down to the county to try to get help or something. And it makes you really realize, I have it great. If you have a house to live in or an apartment, or if you have food on your table at night, you're doing pretty good compared to a lot of the people in the world. If we could just take care of our own right here in our own community, that's a big deal. So, do you get other people in your bank involved in this, or are you the sole person who is involved in it?
Well, my whole staff is involved in it.
Are they? Okay.
We track how much money comes in. We're bankers, so we like
Hey, wow,
we like to
imagine
see
that.
the money. And so I've got a person that works specifically on that as the envelopes are coming in, and we share that information with Bess because she's also a numbers person.
Yeah,
And,
right.
and it allows us to track how much we're bringing in and relative to how much we can buy as far as food goes.
Right. And then who does the buying? Does SnowCap they go to the Oregon Food Bank?
Right.
And they buy the food there.
And one of the other things we have coming up next month is a dinner. There's not a lot of people that can say they've had dinner at their bank, but we did that last year. We're going to do it again this year. We have about 65 people come over.
Wow.
And so my staff does get involved in that area also because they've got to help me get things set up.
So you have room there in the bank for
You bet.
65
Yeah.
people? So how does that work? Is this something that's open to the public, or is it just something you do for the people involved in it? Or what?
It's open to the public as long as they want to buy a ticket.
Okay, and we can't say prices on the air, but if people
Okay.
were interested in getting a ticket, how would they find out about that?
They could call me at the office.
Okay, so Riverview Community Bank.
Right.
And we have some other opportunities, Monica. Burgerville, there is a night, December 4th, that evening from 5 to 8 p.m. They donate a portion of the proceeds from,
Okay.
so if you're out shopping for Christmas and you need a
You need a break. You
a
need
break.
one of those pumpkin
because,
milkshakes.
Yeah,
They're
because
so
you're
good.
going to buy, dinner anyhow. So
Yeah.
go there, and then a portion of those proceeds will go to SnowCap.
Now that's not any Burgerville though, right? Is that the one
No,
in
just
Gresham?
one on Hogan.
On Hogan,
Right.
right. They're great. They are always, we have some really great community members. I know Riverview and Gresham Ford have always been very involved in the community, but Burgerville is right up there too. They're always trying to help out.
And this is a new partner this year is the Balance Health and Injury Clinic. And it's really interesting. They've done this challenge every year where you go and they have games like, it's challenges. I mean, different businesses can come and challenge you to do things like, Gresham Ford might have a stack of tires where you have to throw a football,
And you gotta throw the tires. Piece
And
of
there's
cake.
prizes, and like Ed Chin, he has a fly fishing, the challenge and everything.
So
And they're going to donate. They've always been really successful in raising money, but this year they're going to give the proceeds from this event to the Fill A Bag project, and that's from 5 to 8:30 at their facility on 1217 Northeast Burnside.
on what day? What is it?
It is this Friday.
And I believe they're also going to have two bands there
14th.
playing.
Oh,
also.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, how fun!
Yeah.
How fun! That's great. So,
yeah.
that's a new.
So a lot of
feeling.
so you kind of have to watch the paper and things, because there's a lot of neat events, and a lot of, I think, fun things have come out of this. I was talking to, and I don't know the specifics, but the high schools have really gotten involved, and in the past, some of them told me they've had challenges between, let's say, Barlow and Gresham, like who can raise the most food, or
That's
or
a
fill
great
the
way to do it,
or
too.
fill the principal's office with food and everything. So
While the principal's in it.
yeah, while the principal's in it. I mean, some neat stories of clever ideas that people have done to come up with ways to fill the pantry.
So if people wanted to challenge, if they're in their business, they want to challenge, maybe it's a
Right.
retail store, they want to challenge another retail store or something similar to that, they could do that, or even among themselves in their own
Right.
office. Or something.
We want them to have, fun.
To
I
make
mean,
it
there's a
fun.
purpose for
Yeah,
it, but
yeah.
make it fun and
Yeah,
have a
why
good
not?
time with it.
Yeah, I think
And
sounds
we've
reasonable.
got lots of bags and envelopes at Gresham Ford that they be happy for them to pick up if
Okay.
they, if they're looking for a project, like if a Girl Scout troop's looking for a project,
There you go.
we'd be happy if they'd pick up some bags and envelopes and see what they could come up with.
Cool. I like that idea. So we're almost out of time, but what other creative ideas have you heard about people doing to raise money? Do you do anything at Gresham Ford besides?
Well, we've done lots of little different things that
Yeah.
we had you know, in all fairness, our oil company, Carson Oil, has given us kind of a match thing. So, you know, for people that are going to come in and do a particular service, you know, that they're going to donate so much money this month. And, you know, so I think other people come up with really clever ideas, you know, for that. I know one lady that's done a cookie baking thing, and the proceeds, you know, she's baked homemade cookies.
And the proceeds go to SnowCap.
That's right,
or to the Fill A Bag.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we're out of time, so I think if people have any great ideas about how they want to, you know, get some competition and some fun into the Fill A Bag program, they should do it, and then they should let you know, so we can talk about it next year.
You bet.
That'd be a great idea.
Yeah. Thanks, Beth. Thanks, Will. Thanks, Larry, for being on here tonight to talk about the program.
Thank you.
And don't go away. You can get your bags, you can fill them up, and be sure to drop them off at Gresham Ford, or call somebody and they'll come pick them up for you. But do just contribute this year and be generous with your fellow neighbors. So don't go away. We'll be right back with more of Community Hotline.